go.
This time on Stay Tuned, POWEKRAUT gets big turbo power. 2 of them. Let's go. Welcome back to Stay Tuned. Today we're going to throw these 2 Chinese turbos at the POWEKRAUT. It's our most reliable car, so we might as well try to screw it up. So if you're new to the channel, this is the POWEKRAUT. I bought the cheapest Porsche 911 I could find on the internet one night. It was $6,900. That's a bid I put in as a joke on an eBay auction, and I woke up and realized that I had bought this thing. 99 roller automatic Porsche 911, and then we went out. I had a manual trans. We had to rebuild, put a LSD in it. Got the LS swap kit from Chavis Performance. Their mounts, their adapter plate, all that stuff. And we took a 5.3 all aluminum guy that I had laying around. I put a cam in it, put it into this car, and it has been an absolute monster. As we evolved it, it got better and better and better. One thing about this, it's a 911.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is make it roll, and it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So you cram a big, torquey American V8 in the back, and it gets real good.
Yeah.
We did BC coilovers on it, some performance brake pads, stuff like that. But even just pushing this thing around, it's like the best handling car ever.
It's so good.
So you figure we're making probably near 400 horsepower out of this 5.3 with a Holly on it. It absolutely screams. This is a light little car with a giant V8 crammed in the back, and it's awesome.
The gearing is so good in this car. Oh, yeah.
I can't hear you. What? We were going really fast.
Woo!
Hey. Yeah, this car's wicked. We ran it against a real GT3, which is the nastiest 996 you can get. 380 NA horsepower, you know, track seats, track suspension, really special car. And we beat it around an autocross track. And definitely beat it in a straight line test. So, feels like we built something pretty gnarly here. This car went on a concrete pad, 0 to 60 in 4.01 seconds, which for 400-ish horsepower is bananas.
Good,
but motors in the back, the weight distribution is insane. If you know anything about a 911, going around a turn or even going straight, all you got to do is get the front end pointed where you want and stomp on the gas, and it will make your ears bleed from the G-force it's going to pull. Barely spins the tires, a ton of torque, and still it just goes. So we're here now. It's also been dead reliable. I've driven this thing in the snow, in the rain. You know, it's got a sunroof that works. It's got a radio now. It has heat. To be honest,
we've chipped away at this quite a bit. I feel like this is a complete car. This is probably the most complete car we've put together. Maybe the fire, except for the Firebird.
Yeah, except for the Firebird. But guess what? I need more. I need more. You know what makes stuff better? Turbochargers.
Yep.
So it's time to lay 2 of those bad boys on this thing. Also, 911s love turbochargers.
Yep.
Motors out back, everything's right there. We're gonna make it happen. After, I guess, driving around a little bit more. All right, it's time to get down to business. We'll pull the wheels off, pull the bumper off, and see where we can fit some turbochargers in here. Let's get it.
Fire me
Here we go. Zip me up. It's also freezing. I'm putting this fucking shirt on. It's 30 degrees this morning in Pennsylvania. I don't know what's going on.
That's
mid-April, but I'm recovered up from a week in Tennessee.
That's really oily.
It was quite a time. Bone marrow is home safe in Pennsylvania, but it's time to jump on the next project here. Where are we? Where'd you put those, Barb?
They're in my hand. I'm looking for a bin that's not covered in oil.
All right, rock and roll.
Got one. This one has slightly less oil. Here.
I'll put them in the thing. All right, there's two reasons I really wanted to turbo this car. Number one, 911s, in my opinion, are begging for turbos. It doesn't matter what motor you have in there. It's all right here. And all the old race cars back in the day would just put two turbos hanging basically in place of the bumper, two exhaust pipes, two wastegate pipes, and then intakes going to the front. It looks about as menacing and as nasty as possible. And the second reason I want to put turbos on this thing is to fix this hilarious exhaust. I put this exhaust out of this angle. We wanted this thing to sound halfway decent, but I kind of modeled this after a 350Z exhaust, like some weird JDM thing there. The idea is like the less bends it has, the more flow it'll have or whatever. So they give up all the looks and they just stick them out at whatever random angle they have.
Can we talk about the fact how many people did this exhaust after we did it though?
I did it kind of as a joke, and in the swapped Porsche forums,
there's so many
a lot of people have done this. So I'm flattered. Also, do your thing. It's cool.
Yeah. Also, it sounds awesome.
We built it after the ones on like 350Zs, which are the worst sounding car of all time. They sound like a dying porpoise. But this thing sounds awesome. Because number one, it's a V8. It's not a V6. Number two, we snuck this little X pipe in here. And even though we've kind of got it running the wrong way, it still manages to definitely balance out the pulses. This thing sounds fantastic. Show them, Barb.
Unbelievable.
You gonna rev it up?
Say less, dude.
Rev it up. Yeah. Wait, it's wicked. All right, I'm awake now. Let's go.
His face is like.
If you do an LS swap 911,
Do that.
do that. It works good. Or put turbos on it like we are. Raise this sucker up, Barb. Yeah, so what turned out as a joke worked awesome. I don't, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes just do goofy to your car and it turns out great. Yeah. Don't take any of this too seriously. Don't be the dude that stands in front of his car with his arms crossed all mean and takes pictures.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Because the joke's on you, it still sounds sick.
Yeah. Send me an old photo of Tony with his arms crossed.
There's some.
That was rusted together, huh?
No, that's called a carbon seal.
Oh, got it. Okay. There you go.
All the way, all the way. I got this.
We don't need those. Yep. Put
All right.
that. Yep. Good.
Double smack.
Yep.
Happy birthday. It's Barb's birthday.
Hey.
Happy birthday, Barb!
Thank you.
Yep.
Yep. Carbon seal, is that what you call it?
Carbon seal, baby.
God. Well, you got to undo the carbon seal here. Put that.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got you. All right, you can hit me in the face for your birthday present. Do it. Oh, wow. So ideally you would bring both inlets in one side and out the other side, and they would just kind of mix, where we have them smashing pretty much right into each other. Guess what? It works fine.
Works fine. Sounds great. I don't know what else there is, really.
And we're going to keep that on there for the turbos and just mount them on these V-bands. All right, it's time to mount some turbos. Fitment. It's weird. This car has not a lot of room, but a lot of room. You can see around the motor, there's a bunch of room, but getting it up, the charge pipes and stuff up is going to be tight. And we got the perfect set of turbos for this. These are VS Racing Next Gen turbos. These are 6262. We got these puppies from Speedway, and they're killer because they're mirror image, so you can see that they're symmetrical. For years and years, that was not a thing. I think the Nelson dudes started this. Nelson Racing, they make incredible cars. And they made their own turbos that are mirror image. So if you do a turbo on a V car, a V6, V8, whatever, you can actually have them like look the same. So that's what we're doing here. It's going to really help with our fitment issues. And we're going to get these suckers hung up. These are billet compressor wheels and dual ball bearing. And from Speedway Motors, they're 650 bucks or so. It's probably a little bit of overkill as far as overall power. You can make 11, 1200
like
horsepower.
a whole lot, yeah.
Maybe a whole lot. We're not going to need all that yet, but it's nice to have it. And again, because they're the mirror image ones, that's why we went with this. We've got the smallest exhaust housing they make. That's a 0.83 AR, and they're going to be ready to rock. If you don't know how a turbocharger works, it goes like this. Your engine exhaust goes in here. It spins this fan on the way out. When you spin that back fan, spins this front fan. Again, I'm talking pretty simply here, but it's a shared shaft, and that sucks a bunch of air in, crams it into your motor, and good things happen.
Fun times.
Yeah.
Fun times, spinny boys.
When you get your new turbocharger, stick your fingers all over it, spin it a bunch, make whooshy sounds, do all that sort of stuff. Get it out of your system before the videotape's on, before the cameras are on.
You're never gonna get it out of your system.
Never,
dude.
never. No, I've been doing this for 20 years or something, and I never get out of it.
It's
You want to
still
spin
fun.
those with a vacuum cleaner? I'm in. Let's do it.
Woo!
You've been doing this for so long, you said before the videotape is
Yeah, videotapes, whatever. You know.
Nope. Other
Yeah,
one.
let's go the other
Trade.
one. Trade me.
There you go.
Got it. All right. So, again, we're gonna get these puppies living out here with this alternator here. I think we're gonna have to mount this one first, and then we'll mirror it on that side. So let's get something to hold these up with.
Yes.
All right. We use a piece of M8 all thread, and these are called C stands or Century stands. It's like TV production. Hang a light on it, hang a whatever on it, GoPro camera. And we have a couple laying around, so that's what we're using. Gotta mock this stuff all up in space. Normally I just use a bunch of ratchet straps and wood, but this seems better.
This is great.
Best part is I don't think we bought any of these. These got left around by production crews. Yeah.
I don't hate that,
I
honestly.
think that's the move.
Be
Then you
super
can
clean.
use, it's just a lot, there's so much going, there's so much motor here.
I know.
And there's no space, and we're trying to figure out how to get these charge pipes in here, and they have to Y in together and then get to the throttle body that's, you know, up at the intake manifold. So the only available space is through here, so I think the driver's side comes in through here, bring the passenger side down, and then we'll merge them in the only available space we have, which is kind of right next to the header, but we'll just wrap everything. We'll wrap these headers, I think.
I got header wrap.
You got header wrap, there you go. So get yourself a barb, you'll be all right. In the ballpark?
Yeah, because this is going to be on an angle going down, right?
Yeah.
So maybe down a hair, like,
Why?
because it's going to hit the bottom of the alternator. Maybe not. Maybe not. Let's
all right.
try it there.
The alternator, this side has the alternator and this big wing on the pan, so we're gonna stick it out as far as we have to and it's back as far as we have to, and then we'll just mimic it on the other side. I think that's not bad. What are you looking for?
Just to see how close it is to the...
Yeah, we want to give the alternator a little breathing room too, because we don't want to just melt it, but
That's
I think
basically in line with the... That's great.
I think that's right on the money.
Hell yeah.
This is wild.
Sick.
Barbie's gonna start making the inlet hot side for the passenger turbo, and I'm gonna make sure everything is dialed in exactly the right spot, and hopefully we don't bump anything. We'll get it dialed, we can make both of those. We'll keep on rocking from there. Turbos are all plumbing, fitting exhaust into it, out of it, intake into it, out of it, and then at least oil into it and out of it. We'll get that all figured out, and you gotta think about all of it at once. Where's the exhaust gonna go? Where's the inlet gonna go? All this stuff doesn't make sense, and is the turbo high enough to get the oil drain to drain? Do we have to do like a sump pump like the 911s do? But we'll get it all figured out, I think. Famous last words. Famous last words. Hey, we're gonna take a minute now to talk about lawn care for people that don't know a lot about lawn care, which is me. I've got a few acres here outside of Philadelphia and Pennsylvania, and I never really had a big lawn or a ton of acreage. I don't really know what I'm doing here, and that's where Sunday comes in and they make it super easy. Number one, Sunday is supporting Stay Tuned and sponsoring this video, which we super appreciate, but it's a great product, and it's for people like me who will let Sunday kind of tailor everything to your needs. If you say, hey, I've got this much land, I live here, you punch it all into the computer, and they will say, we've got a system tailored just to you, and the best part of it, it ships for free. It's still early spring here in PA, but that's a perfect time to start working on your lawn. I have been using this stuff since last year, and after following Sunday's simple instructions, my lawn is absolutely looking killer. This is really my kids' playground. It's awesome, and I trust Sunday because they don't use any harsh chemicals. It's mystery-free ingredients. It's really great, and my kids are out here doing who knows what, eating dirt, mud, rocks, trees, so they're basically feral, so Sunday's good for that. So if you really want your lawn looking killer, hit up Sunday and see what they're all about, and if you go right now to their website and use the code STAYTUNED30, you'll get 30% off your first custom lawn plan. All right, let's get back to building turbo stuff. Oh, if you know anything about apple trees, hit me up because I can't get any apples out of these suckers. All right, I'm gonna lay out all of our fab materials. We got all of this stuff from Speedway Motors. This is like a J 2.5-inch stainless. That's gonna be the exhaust inlet. We We've got a couple of 2.5 inch and a 3 inch, what they call an intercooler kit. It's like all the bends you could possibly need to make this work in any car. It's probably gonna be too much, but it's a nice kit to have. It comes with couplers and stuff and clamps, so we will get rocking here. I'm just gonna start opening it up. You're gonna work on...
I'm gonna start making the tubes coming off of the exhaust here.
All right, I'm gonna get
a
plumb line down.
Perfect.
But that's...
All right, so I am working on making the tube coming off our X pipe here. That's gonna get sent right into the turbo. I've measured the distance in here that we need. We have some of these gigantic J-bends from Speedway. I'm gonna start cutting those up, laying it into these V-bands. The nice thing about these turbos is when you spend more than $100 on a turbo, they give you the V-bands that actually work with it, which is pretty sick. So we have the V-band that came with the turbo on this side. We have some V-bands from Speedway Motors that I used half of and the clamp for the X pipe, and we're just gonna connect the dots. Let's go.
All right, so I have something to measure from. I'm putting a little plumb bob, a piece of fishing line right in the middle of the back of this car. I'll be able to measure the turbos and everything off of it, just to give us an idea in space of what we're doing. Although there's a stud right in the middle of this thing. So I guess I'm gonna get it to just rest on it. All right, middle of the car, right there. That is good enough for the girls we date.
All right, so I've got this piece of tubing tacked into the V-band and clamped down to the X pipe here. I'm gonna extend this piece of straight right into the V-band on the turbo side, and we're gonna have the first pipe done here. Fire me up, dude. God, this is my favorite. Do what I want, man. Here we go, baby. Yep.
Yeah, that's the guy.
All right, I'm gonna take the V-band, I'm gonna tack it to this, and then we'll have that one done.
Just take it all out and tack it up on the ground. They rotate in both directions. Yeah. Just tack it all on the bench.
Okay. We got it. That's the first one, baby. Let's bolt it in, huh?
Are you gonna play it like a tuba or trombone?
If I put my face on there.
Elephant.
For all of them.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Make sure I'm in there.
On a quick tech tip.
Yeah.
As you're fabbing and mocking and stuff, you're gonna put V-bands on and off 45 times. They're really only designed to work a couple of times. They have these little split top metal locking nuts that work at any temperature. They will gouge into this stuff once they get hot, and it's miserable, and it'll gall up, it'll get stuck on there, you have to cut it off. So anytime you're not putting it on for good.
Can confirm. Just trash.
Yeah. Anytime is it done? You wreck one?
Yeah, just told you that.
All right, Barb wrecked one already. Just get a regular nut in place of these things and run that in and out as you're mocking it up, and then at the very end, when it's time to put this sucker together, quick blast of anti-seize and put it on.
All right.
Okay.
Good? Is that okay?
Yeah. About 6 1/8.
6 1/8.
About 6 1/8 there.
I think you did a thing.
Yeah.
All right, sick.
So now we got to go.
It's gonna be perfect, dude. And if we want to add an inch on the inside on either side to get them tighter, whatever, we can always do that.
Now we've got the first exhaust up pipe made to the turbo. We're gonna get this thing strapped up to the car, and then we'll be able to pull our C-stand out. It'll be mounted up pretty well when you start making the rest of the tubes. We're gonna do the same up pipe over here, strap it up, and then just start making exhaust, intake, charge pipes, everything.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah, we've got it also hanging pretty happy as far as length, distances. Awesome. So after we get both these like that, get rid of these C-stands, we can go up, down, make sure everything's
Can we
kosher.
get rid of the C-stand now?
This one, yeah.
Yeah, do it. Do it. You're gonna have to unthread it from the...
I don't know what we're at. I mean, we're at the...
That's in there, all right.
The sickest.
Nice job. We are halfway.
I love this move. This,
yeah,
I was
that's
like, oh, bring
great.
that down and bring that up. And we'll come in here, merge them,
Yeah.
up. Food's here. All right, celebration.
Hey.
Ooh, this boy's got some crust on him. All right, in honor of Barb's birthday, we splurged for a nice steak lunch.
Ooh. Thanks, bud.
Yeah,
Look at that.
it is Barb's 30.
Oh, you were serious about the cake.
I got a cake. Yeah, man, you're gonna do it.
The mustard
Yeah.
for it?
I wouldn't put the mustard in the cake unless you want to.
No.
Anyway, happy birthday, Barb. We're
Thank
gonna
you.
dig in. Barb is always working tirelessly. He's the man behind the scenes, getting it all done. Basically just been us and the guy holding the camera for the last couple of months, and it's been awesome. But
Hell yeah.
we are rocking and rolling. High five, happy birthday.
Thank you, man.
All right, dig in. Let's
Let's
rock.
eat. Get in here. All right, now which one's which? Did we get the same thing?
We all got the same thing.
Medium
dude.
rare.
Broccoli, medium rare, ribeye?
I got seasonal
I got
vegetables.
the, did you get
medium rare.
16 or 12?
12. Everybody
12?
got the same thing.
Haha, nice.
It's a steak. Get the ribeye, or you're a sucker.
Yeah. Forks.
All right, we don't have any candles here, so we cut the handle off the bag, the steak bag.
That's a good idea.
Here you go, Barb. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Barb. Happy birthday, dear. His name is actually Michael, but we call him Barb. Happy birthday to you.
Woo! Thanks, boys.
All right, now we got to brand you with these things. Pull down. Yeah, that's it. Right? I'll do it, dog. You got it? I was over here and I'm cutting this thing. I started to smell my shirt burning on this old 220 bulb, dude. I'm telling you, that's like an easy bake oven light. Not that I would know or whatever. Not that I had one. Those brownies are legit, dude. It's pretty close.
Still
Pretty close. Can you give me a little more angle? That's it. That's enough.
We can do that. That'll work.
Okay.
All right, so why don't we put the V-band piece in there
Yep.
and then tack this to here in line
Tack that to there.
and
Yeah.
see how much length we need to meet
Sure.
that, and then you tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready. Now I'm ready.
Still good?
Yeah. Nope. I'm ready.
Now it sits on the face.
All right. 2 3/8. It's pretty good there.
Yeah, looks great, dude.
You got this other end too or no?
I got both. I got 2 tacks on it.
Hell yeah. Good. All right, we've got both turbos sitting there. Nothing underneath them. Feeling good. I'm going to bring it down and start making the exhaust. I made a support strap here. So these things are good. They're basically locked into their positions. We can wiggle them around a little bit if we have to. I'll do a little bit more measuring, make myself crazy, but we get those 2 pipes coming out of this sucker right now. That'll feel good. Do.
Tag it.
I mean, let's see. Yeah. Well, hold on.
Yep.
Got one on?
Nope. Trying to get the wire in here and not hit you in the face.
Yeah, I feel that.
Look the other way, probably.
I'm trying, but I'm also trying to hold this.
Yeah, I know.
Got one?
Yep.
Okay.
We'll do that, like that, and get this parallel with the tube.
What do you say?
Hold the tube up or snug the bolt so I can lay the ruler on top of it. Okay. That's across the balancer.
Okay.
One more tack.
Throw a second tack in the back.
Yep. I know, I keep it.
Just do it.
Good?
Yeah. All right, exhaust. The world's shortest exhaust is in.
Keep them with the
Took
theme
2
here.
minutes. Fits awesome. Looks killer. Feels like those old, honestly, it feels like either a real nasty turbo Beetle or Porsche 911. We're rocking. Now we have to fit the rest of the pipes. We're gonna come down and under with this charge pipe. Charge pipe mean compressed, boosted air that's going into your engine. They're both gonna merge, we think, somewhere in the engine bay over here. The driver's side turbocharger is running right into the water neck. We're gonna clock it back a little bit and try to smuggle it behind the water neck and then punch it right in there. It's very tight. We're gonna figure it out. If we ever wanna have any part of a bumper on, for the record, the factory bumper is incredibly tight to the body here, and all of this will eventually be sticking out one way or another, but I don't want to build a bunch of piping out the back, so we're going to try to keep it all jammed in as tight as possible. Basically, this is the level of the bumper.
That's our glass box right there.
Yeah, but you know, turbos, we'll cut around the turbos, maybe.
Yeah.
Right now,
Which I think
bumpers,
is all
I'm not
doable
worried
pretty
about.
easily.
Not worried about.
No.
But let's not get crazy.
All right.
Let's keep it tight. Rocking. All right, so I've got a 2.5-inch charge pipe in here just so I know exactly where I can put this thing. And then I'm gonna lock it back down. Barb's gonna move the strap over. Oh yeah, it kind of pulls off right there. That's nice. Let's go with that. Yeah, Koontz is pointing out we went from having a ridiculous exhaust to a maybe more ridiculous exhaust. I'm with it. Don't take yourself too seriously. We're not curing cancer over here, y'all. We're just goofing around with cars. Throwing pipes at stuff. Putting 2 turbos on a V8 911 like a total idiot.
It's a good song.
You're saying, again, there's no room for anything. Are we putting an intercooler on it? No. I don't know where we would put it. In another car next to it or something. Run charge pipes to it. Not gonna happen. Doesn't matter. We're gonna run 5, 6, 7, 8 pounds of boost. Whatever it takes to send this thing directly into orbit. We'll get it done without an intercooler, I promise. I'm also very excited for the flood of comments that are like, you wrecked the weight. Isn't that gonna wreck the weight distribution? Yes. Absolutely.
Does it matter?
It's also going to add
No.
195 horsepower.
It's
It's going to be fine. These are going to become wheelie bars, probably very fast. Very fancy ball bearing wheelie bars. All right, so if you're there.
Ideally, about like that would be perfect.
Okay.
I want to make sure it's coming past the header and the bracket, or the sheet metal. Yeah, right here. He's got it. Give me the boop boop and a beep beep.
Good. Look, once I'm in, this is my favorite thing to do is like turbo, any kind of weird fab where you can just focus. I'll put my earplugs in, rain out all the haters, and mostly helps my ADD get at least one marker, maybe a knife, maybe a reamer, tape measure, just cut, weld.
You're living in the next century,
I love
dude.
it, dude. Zone out, feel good. Yeah. Seems to fit somewhere. Yeah, that's right in the ballpark there. Nice. Squirreled that right in there. All right, give me a couple tacks here, Barb. Yeah, you want
Do.
this? It'll be fine.
I do.
Go ahead, send it.
Did.
Put that thing on full tilt. Put it on full boogie. Make sure you hit Coons in the eyeball with the filler rod.
Yep.
I've been dodging that all day. You're like a swashbuckler with that thing. You ever see The Princess Bride, dude? You're the guy with... You're Inigo Montoya, and that's you.
Prepare to die! No!
You're like the best swordsman. You don't even know it. That's real nice. Go ahead. Yeah, it's getting
That's
hot.
hot.
Number one.
Let's hope.
Love it?
Yeah, I sure do.
Want some more of it?
I sure do. All right. Now, where's that little stupid piece that I cut off? That little schwip-de-doo. This guy. Do you know what?
Help yourself, baby.
Yeah.
I need this.
Put
Thanks.
some pretzels in there for you next time.
Oh, golly.
All business, baby. Keep them on you. You don't have to get ready if you stay ready.
Wait, come back here.
What? There you go. Didn't
Stay,
even get a pretzel.
stay
It's all
strapped. Stay strapped, ladies and gents.
Oh, nice. All right, we're moving along the line now. We've got turbo A, turbo B right here, and we've got to get them into this 3-inch charge pipe that's going to go into the throttle body. So we got an adapter. Barb's going to smash 2 of these 2.5s together, and they're going to meet this sucker here, and then we're going to merge the 2 2.5s and go into the 3.
It's gonna be sick.
Will it be mildly turbulent? Probably, but so is the rest of my life.
Oh, welcome to the club. Dude.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
There it'll look like one big bump, and then we'll put the...
Ball valve's going to be all you're seeing
Yeah,
anyway.
we're gonna be... Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's gonna block it.
Boom. There you go. All right.
All right.
Put a band on the... That thing's perfect. Jeez, that fit like a glove. This thing loves having a turbo. It's crazy.
All right. So I'm gonna try... I am going to blend this tube into this one, and then I'll cut this one down. But what you need to do is cope this into that one. I know my head's in the way. So that's gonna be the center line of the cope there and here. So when I bring this up here, it's gonna have like a, like that. And then same kind of thing over here. I'm just gonna flap wheel this in and just dial it in until it sits flat. So there's 2 schools of thought on when you have like a bunch of welds along a tube and then you're trying to blend into them. The first one is to fully weld them around, then drill the hole. The second one is to weld only what's necessary up to the holes because it's harder to drill through the weld, which isn't as critical with aluminum, but if you're dealing with like stainless or steel, sometimes it's just way harder to drill. I'm gonna leave them, mark off where this is gonna have to get drilled into the tube, weld basically up to that mark, drill the hole, and then I'll finish weld the whole thing together. so I've just about finished coping this thing, and I've marked off exactly where on the tube it sits. You see, push this thing on here. Sits right there, coped in place. So now I'm gonna open that up in the tube and get it nice and tight in there, weld it up.
Cool. Barb's got the blend going here. I'm going to hold it. He's going to tack it. So this is where our twin turbos go into one charge pipe to feed the motor. Ah! Cool.
Yep. That was. You all right?
Yep, I'm right.
How's your heart?
It's beating faster now that I got 9 gazillion AC volts running through it. So this pipe is super isolated.
Yes,
it's got couplers all around it.
Yes.
And before, the thing that was touching the ground was me, my heart and stuff. Let's do it again.
Yeah. All right, here we go. It's gonna be like, yep, that, good?
Oh yeah, great. Fantastic. I can hear my hair growing, dog.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
One. Let go.
Good, baby? Yeah. That's frightening.
Yeah.
That was frightening. I saw my life flash, your life flash before my eyes.
Yeah, it was cool.
All right,
Felt it go, meow.
do it one more. Can you touch it against the thing one more time, please?
Oh, I'd love to. All right, Barb is letting that last Y pipe cool off. We're going to install that sucker in the morning. We're going to call it for the night while we're still breathing. I feel like I can hear colors at this point. I think I have some kind of new superpowers. I'm
smell
excited
sounds?
about it. Yes. But this came along awesome. Turbos are basically mounted. Up pipes are done. Exhaust is done. The charge pipes are done. We had a lot of things that I was like, ooh, I guess we'll figure it out when we get in there.
Work through them, dude.
And we blazed right through them. So that feels really good. We'll do oil lines tomorrow and big injectors and get the sucker fired up. I am pumped. All right, Barb jumped in earlier this morning, finished up some of the welding on the up pipes. This thing is looking like a wild fever dream, and I'm super excited about it. It's turning out kind of exactly how I hoped. We figured out how to make the intercooler piping fit. That's awesome. It's just a bunch more rocking and rolling to get this thing fired up. I stopped by the doctor this morning. I had a headache and stuff. They said, I'm all good from the electric boogaloo that I did last night. Feeling good, and we are here to jam. What's going to happen now, we have to put bigger injectors in this thing, which means I don't know if you noticed, there's literally no room to even get my hand above that intake. So we're going to mark wastegates, blow-off valves, and braces for this thing so the bar can go off and just keep fabbing. I'll lower the motor down, pull the intake out, and put on the new injectors and new rails and stuff. And then we will be really close to getting this thing fired up. So let's get rocking. Really quickly, I know people have issues with this all the time. Ready? This is a wastegate. This is a blow-off valve. This bleeds off hot exhaust to lower your boost or to control your boost level. When it's closed, more boost. When it's open, bleeding exhaust around the turbo, less boost. This thing just goes pew, pew, pew. That's the thing you hear. What this does is you have turbo spooling, shoveling compressed air at your engine. The throttle body slams closed when you have either scared yourself to death and you let off this sucker, and then there is a ton of pressure waves smashing back into these spinning blades. It can actually break the compressor wheel right off this puppy if you're getting real serious. This thing, you slam the throttle closed, vacuum from the motor, pulls the diaphragm up, opens this sucker up, and bleeds off all that air. So that is the difference between a wastegate and a blow-off valve, so you know. We're gonna run both of them. Obviously, like I said, blow-off valve's gonna go in the charge pipe. We're gonna try to get it to fit under the hood. So we're just gonna mark everything. Wastegates will go on each of the up pipes again before the turbo in the exhaust stream.
Can you also tell me the different noises they make?
Well, this one kind of just makes whatever noise your engine makes unmuffled. So it's on a rotary, it's like, you know, it's nastier. A lot of people run these back into the downpipe so that it kind of goes through the muffler or whatever you have. We're not gonna do that. We like to party here. So these are 44 mil VS Racing wastegates we got from Speedway Motors. We're gonna run 2 of them, 1 on each up pipe. There's not really a lot of space. We're gonna have to run a turbo oil drain. I wanted to run these between the 2 main exhaust pipes, so it'd be like 4 pipes, like a, you know, I think F40s had that. But I don't know if that's gonna happen right now. We may run them out and just down.
Okay. Tacked up and stacked up. Numero dos.
All right,
That means 2.
good job.
Thank you.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
So Barb has little outlet pipes welded, tacked up to the flanges, and he coped them. So we are ready to install the wastegates. Just gonna hold it in place here, but it's basically gonna sit like that. Again, we're doing everything on the passenger side. It's way less room, and then we'll just duplicate it over there. We did make sure that it is grounded through the car and not my left ventricle for this time, so we're good. I'm also gonna wear gloves for a while.
Good idea.
I'm thinking like that.
I'm thinking there.
Yeah?
Yeah. Now, can
'Cause
you
it's
get
kinda nestled in.
these pipes out with that there?
I would assume so.
But also,
Any
like,
lower
now
is,
keep it high, keep it tucked.
I think tuck it
I
in.
agreed. I agree.
all right.
You ready? You tell me when you're ready for the little shake and bake here.
I think that's it. Can you all see this?
Right there?
Yep.
Hang on.
Now he's not drilled the up pipe out because when it's a round flange and a short run, you can just run a hole saw through it afterwards. So that's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
Good?
Beautiful. God. Sick.
All right, so I measured 15 1/8 to the center of the tube. That's your line there.
Yep. Okay. And then up a little. Keep going. Down. Tiny bit down. Right there.
Okay.
Hold it.
How am I left or right? Yeah, that's good. All right, you got my marker. Here, you just throw her in. This is the blow-off valve going on. It's coped
Right
for a
there,
smaller
right?
tube, but
Mark one side of it and then put a couple of tick marks or something.
all right, everything's marked up. 2 wastegates, 1 blow-off valve, a couple of support tabs we're gonna use to support the hot pipes. Bob's gonna take all that stuff over to the little welding corner and get squirrely for a while. I am going to lower the motor on these mounts. If you pull the isolators out, it'll go down about 2 inches. Pull the intake off and slam that new
Up
injectors
those
and rails
injectors,
in.
baby.
Yeah. Then we'll be ready to make
Once
some
this
power.
goes back in here, it's clamps and oil lines, and we're firing this hog
We're
up.
also going to drain the oil, drop it, and weld the bungs in for the drains as well.
Yeah.
And we're very close. Couple of support brackets, turbo feed and drains, big injectors. Tell the computer it's party time and fire it off.
Get me all hot and bothered here.
Okay, slow down, champ. All right, so Barb has finished up all of the piping. That is done. I've got the motor lowered down now and pulled the oil pan off it. We are rocking and rolling. These fuel rails never fit great with these injectors. We wound up getting these short injectors with these spacers. And if you remember when we were racing that GT3, it started fizzling out of here. We were able to kind of like just maneuver it back into place. It's got some spacers on it. It wasn't happy. There's not a lot of intake manifold options. Obviously, you can see there's no space here, so you have to run a factory manifold. This is the LS, what is this one, 6?
Oh, 6, yeah.
Which is the best factory manifold that actually will fit in the back of your 911. So that's what we're running, but we're gonna ditch these fuel rails that are some no-namers that we got from my buddy and try to put something else in there. I've had my arm just deep inside of this car. I'm like a Porsche proctologist at this point. But I'm gonna get these suckers out of there, and Barb's gonna start working on the oil pan, and I'll meet you over there in a minute. I'm gonna do my best to not call Barb over with his smaller hands and arms and stuff. I got this, I can do this. I got it, I'll get her done. And big power needs lots of fuel, and that's what I'm installing right now. Also, the old setup was funky and leaked and was a mess. In the back of the car, you don't want a big fire. So I'm installing these Holley fuel rails. These are Holley EFI, they work with stock manifolds. You just change the brackets, you can use LS1 through 11,000. Fits everything, and some 83 pound-per-hour injectors, so these are some big dogs. I believe those are low impedance, and you have to have a Dominator or an HP to run those, but we've got one of those coming in about 2 seconds. But anyway, I'm excited. I didn't drive this car some of the time because it was leaky and wonky and stuff, and then I eventually just drove it anyway, but I feel a lot better about this, and hopefully it fits a lot better in the car.
All right, cool. So while I was finishing welding that stuff up, Tony yanked the pan out of the car. We are gonna put some fittings in the pan for the oil drains. There are 2 of them. So we're gonna drill some holes, weld these suckers in here, and keep going from there. What are you working on? Oh, you're working on the injectors.
Yes, sir.
Fuel,
Yeah.
oil,
Air, spark, party.
bungs.
Yeah,
Try not to electrocute ourselves.
correct.
Yeah.
Do you want me to hold that for you while you weld it?
No.
I'm not. I'm not.
You done with that?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm retired. I am in the back of the 911. We realized we couldn't even find the map sensor wire. Wound up pulling it back in the car. We're gonna upgrade this Terminator X system to a Holley Dominator. That's their premier top of the line, very powerful ECU. And we're gonna run a 3-bar map sensor. Now we could run this off on the Terminator X, but we want a little bit more functionality, so we're going to upgrade it to the Dominator. And basically, I have to rewire and repin the map, and I'm doing it in the back of the world's smallest car. So here I am, and that's, I'm working hard in here. It's also very warm. Sweet, all right, after a few days of jamming, making a pretty intense turbo kit, which Barb just remarked, hey, we actually didn't really cut any corners on this at all. It's not make welded, slap together, blow through carb stuff. I'm feeling good. It's time to put this sucker back on and get it fired up. I've got the Holley rails with those new big 83-pound injectors in there. They fit a ton better than before. We've got the motor back up in place, and Barb's got the oil pan on there with the twin turbo drains. So it's time to stick that turbo kit back on this thing. So let's get rocking. All right, turbo kit is on. It's looking absolutely killer. Blow-off valves on, the wastegates are on. We're rocking and rolling. I'm gonna swap from our Terminator X to the more powerful Holley Dominator. So we're gonna run these low impedance injectors, which are 83 cubic pounds of bald eagles per, I don't know, Ted Nugent song. And Barb is gonna come in and fab up some oil feed and oil drain lines. Then we're gonna get this sucker fired up. The lines are gonna be a little bit questionable. We don't have all the stuff we exactly planned out, but it's not gonna be a big deal because guess what? We've got an LS Power 911 with twin nasty turbos hanging off the back. I'm super pumped. Let's hear this thing sing. It's almost midnight. All right, listen, if you're rocking.
It's late.
I got it. It is very late here. We're getting close to firing this puppy up. I am putting 7.5 quarts of 1030 Castrol Edge in this puppy because it's an LS 911. You got to get this funnel and shove it down the deck lid and make things happen. I have got the Dominator fired up. I thought we could use our Terminator X Max. We can't. I'm sure there's some way to convert it. It's not worth it. That's just a stock map that I messed with the drive-by-wire and made it work, which is hilarious. So if you hear what I'm saying, all the driving we've ever done with this thing, ripping it at the track, running 4.0 seconds to 60 with this thing, is just from a tune that came in the Holley, like right out of the box. It's one of their, what they call canned tunes, and I added a drive-by-wire output to it, and that's it. And it's run like that for probably a couple thousand miles, and it works awesome. So I found a similar tune that makes a little more sense for this turbo setup in the new Holley V6 EFI software. This stuff the Dominator uses. I found an 850 horsepower 6-liter, and I just turned it down a little bit and took off the automatic transmission, and I think we're in business. It's got the right injectors, it's got the right map sensor, it's got the right throttle body on it. So we are jamming. One more quart. That's about a quart. It is after midnight, but guess what? I gotta see this thing fire up. We're not quitting here until we hear some turbos spinning and some blow-up valves blasting. I'm excited. When you fire up a brand new turbocharger, I pumped some oil with a little syringe, boom, boom, into the feeds of each one just to get them lubricated. A lot of times, I'll fire it up, let it idle for like 5-10 minutes so that everything kind of breaks in. Turbochargers spin at 80, 90,000 RPM. So you want to make sure that they're happy before you send those suckers to the moon. So do that. We're going to do that here. And you can crack the feed lines while the motor's running and just look for, you know, positive oil flow. Regardless, guess what? It's party time. You ready? We have worked our butts off on this. It looks absolutely insane. We have crammed 2 turbochargers on my POWEKRAUT.
Leave it open.
I know, but look, it still closes. Are you ready, Barb?
I'm ready, baby.
No, I might have to give it some gas. Let me see. Oh, yeah. It's still, might be louder now.
A little bit.
All right, here we go. Hold on. We'll get there.
Dude, arrow stuff, dude.
I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm playing Space Invaders over here. Here we go. Get this in. The only thing I don't know is what fuel pressure we're actually running. So I'm gonna do this.
It's quite a bit louder. I can already tell.
Yeah,
it's gonna
it
do.
sounds nuts.
It's gonna do some things.
Okay, hold on. I gotta do this. Come on. It sounds great for 1 second.
You got enough voltage?
Oh, yeah. Maybe not. Can you give me a little more voltage?
Sure. Talk to me.
I don't know, dog. I'm working on it. I don't understand why we're not getting a... You tighten that alternator line back on?
Mm-hmm.
We got problems. Turn that the off. All right, so we bailed out at about 2 a.m. Realized we had some issues with the computer that were, I think, entirely our fault. There's a whole bunch of stuff you're not supposed to do with the Dominator. We did all of it. We jump-started it. We put too much volts through it. And right here where it says distribution blocks and remote mounted posts, this is for the main power. With multiple connections are, quote-unquote, not acceptable. So we ran those too. We're back in it today. It's the next morning. It's very early. It's Friday morning. You're going to see this video today. That's how we do it here on the Stay Tuned. But I'm re-updating the firmware, and I think we're going to be able to fire this thing up in a second. I'm more pumped than before. We got a little bit of sleep. Got some fresh clothes on. I'm feeling good. 30 seconds. All right, here we go. Let's see what it does. That doesn't sound good.
Okay, stop.
All right, we are thrashing through it. We decided there wasn't enough cranking juice and that battery ran. We have a little tester for the battery. It said it was like 30% charged after only cranking it for like a minute or two. After charging it last night, we were like, what's going on with this battery? Took it to the parts store. They're doing a hot charge on it. They say it seems okay. Put the battery out of my minivan in this puppy. I drive a minivan around a lot of times when I have a Honda Odyssey because that's great for ripping the kids around, but also they rip. So that went in, same thing. Crank, hated life. We freaked out. Motor didn't want to spin. We spun the motor by hand. It seems fine. Seems like actually it has great compression and it rips. So we pulled the starter out, and this is what I think happened last night and also is our problem. We're running this little mini starter. It's been on there for years, working no problem. But when you put juice to it, it'll run for like a second, then lock up and start to smoke and smell. So I think that's what happened. Number one, doesn't want to crank, so we can't get this thing started. But number two, we did have the Dominator power post right to the same post as this starter that's going bad. And I think that hurt our first Dominator. Luckily, we have one from the Lincoln. We stole that out of there, and we were on and rocking. But we've got to figure out a starter solution, and there's a bit of an issue. With this Chavis adapter set, you have to get a starter that basically has nothing in front of it. These have this kind of snout on them. This is a factory style starter. Because in the adapter kit, it takes up some of that space. See here? This won't fit in there. Now, it's noon on a Friday almost, and I'm running out of options to hear this sucker fire up. So I'm going to put this in my bandsaw, and I'm going to cut off, well, maybe I'll do it with like something, but I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut out as much of this support as I can, and I believe I may be able to smuggle it in there. Maybe. We're going to see what happens. Or we're going to look for another starter, but I don't know if we can cut all of this off and lose this support for the starter, but we might try it because I want to hear this thing fire off. And yeah, don't do this at home.
You're leaving that center beam there?
The idea is leave this thing. But also, there's an engineer somewhere having a heart attack. Coming off easy.
Are you an engineer?
Not officially. Can't see great, but... All right, nailed it. Let that charge up for a sec.
My heart needs to charge up for a second.
Man, just want to hear this puppy rip. We're really jammed. If we don't get this sucker started up, we're going to lose the shop. Honestly, I want you guys to see this thing fire up. I want to see it fire up. So yeah, I'm gonna be bummed we can't get it going. We could pop start it maybe. Start dragging it around in the rain. But there's no tune on it, so that seems stupid. Although this also seems stupid. Let's see if we're close. Yeah, pretty close. All right, just dumb enough to work maybe. Yep. All right.
Let's make more rooms, huh?
Good luck, little buddy. Well, that'll do it. I'm gonna blow it out and hope for the best. I might have gone a little too far, who knows? All right, here we go.
That works.
Sure does. Sure does. All right, my custom modified LS1 starter's in there. This is the first crank. Woo, she cranks good. Sick. All right, now I'm gonna hook up the Holly and we're gonna fire this sucker up. All right, it's time to baptize POWEKRAUT with some turbo power. It has not been happy to do it, but we're gonna fire it up anyway. It's been fighting us like crazy. I've got the Holly on. I'm just gonna triple check that everything's in there. Are you ready?
Yes.
Hold on. I'm gonna crank it. There we go. At least it's going. We're getting something. Let me check fuel pressure and everything. All right, I had some map wiring wrong. I flipped it. I got a reading now. It's the most important sensor in the motor. I think it's gonna fire up and run good. Here we go. It's turbo time. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Yes! We did something here. Woo, boy! Just checking, make sure there's decent oil pressure, checking the fuel pressure, trying to get it to idle. It's a little out of whack. I'm not like a super gnarly tuner and drive-by wire is a little funky. So I just bumped up the bass just to get it to stay alive. Because I want to let those turbos spin, not fast, run a warm-up, break in a little bit for about 10 minutes. So I'm gonna hold it at about 1600, let it ride like that. Sounds killer, I am pumped. That's it for this episode of Stay Tuned this week. Next week, we're taking it, we're finishing up a few things, and we're gonna see what kind of power this thing can make and what it can really do. I am so pumped. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.